My name is Buzz DeHooghe. This is my wife, Diana DeHooghe. We're sitting here this afternoon talking to folks about an experience we had on May 20th of this year and 2022. We experienced up close and personal what it's like to be in a tornado. And that's the story we'd like to tell today.
Okay, who am I talking to?
Buzz.
Buzz. Hi, Buzz. I'm Dave.
Dave, nice to meet you.
So what happened?
I'm not sure, but I think I was standing on the other side of that trailer over there someplace.
Over here someplace.
Yeah. And while I was standing alongside the trailer to get out of the wind, the trailer started to roll. And so I went with it. So I didn't want to be in the wind. And someplace coming across here, I got pushed. And I ended up under this trailer.
So you were outside?
Yeah, oh yeah. There was a whole lot of debris came flying through there. And when I opened up my eyes, I saw the bottom of the trailer and I saw that garbage can. And so I decided it wasn't a good place to be, so I got out.
How long did it last?
I would guess, if I had to guess, maybe 20 seconds. It seemed a lot longer than that, but I doubt that it was.
So you just rode it out here underneath the trailer?
I ended up down there and my back was to it, and I just let my back take the brunt of it. But something knocked me down. I don't know whether that trailer moved over or what, and I don't know where this trailer came from.
You can thank the Lord you're safe.
I thank the Lord I'm safe, absolutely.
Absolutely.
We went to East Jordan to pick up our trailer, get it out of storage to get it ready for the summer, and we knew we had to have some maintenance work done on it, so we took it over to Northern RV to give them a look at it and find out what we had to have done. And the guy was joking with us and said, maybe you should trade it in and buy a new one. We thought, yeah, we were actually thinking about doing that, so we said, well, we wouldn't mind looking at some new ones. We had been in about 3 trailers, and the phones went off, giving us a warning that there was a tornado, and we went outside and looked. We could see dark clouds, and overhead was sunshine. So we went into another trailer, and we couldn't have been in that trailer 2 minutes, and all of a sudden it started to rain, and the salesman said, well, I'm going to go outside and look and see. He came back 5 seconds later, opened up the door and said, come on, we got to go. The tornado's right there. The wind was so strong. So I was holding on to the bracing of an awning, looked up, and there was the funnel just over the head, all the debris swirling around and swirling around. So I opened up the door to the trailer and literally dove into the trailer. All the glass imploded into the trailer, and I was being tossed around like a rag doll. From the time I left the trailer that we were in and I dove into the trailer and was being tossed around, it was 30 seconds. That's how fast everything was happening. When all the wind stopped, I was sitting on the floor of this trailer, and I got up and I didn't know where my husband was. And that scared me more than anything. I was afraid he was dead, excuse me. So I started yelling for him, and then I couldn't get out of the trailer because the door was jammed. Now I'm panicked because I can't get out. I don't know where my husband is, and I can't get out. So the salesman by this time had come out. He found my husband, came to the trailer where I was, and opened the door, and I was able to get out, and I saw him, and I felt better. Then we found out what happened to him. I knew he had to be outside through the whole experience, but I didn't know where he was.
My story really begins back at the trailer, just like hers did. We were in the trailer. The salesman says, come on, we got to get out right now. So when I got to the bottom of the stairs, the wind was already blowing. I remember looking to the right and seeing debris flying around in the air. So I started following them. I turned to the left and walked towards the parking. I had lost sight of them. I had no idea where they went. I'm pretty sure now, as I think back to it, I probably walked up the aisleway, but as I got to the aisleway of the first row of trailers, I think those trailers actually started to move backwards because they all ended up in a big pile. right behind where I was. And the wind hit me from the left-hand side, and it was blowing pretty intensely. I couldn't see. I'd become disoriented. I wasn't sure. In my mind, I was still walking, but I was probably standing still. And then as I'm in all of that wind with all of this stuff going on, all of a sudden it stopped. It just stopped. And I don't think I opened my eyes, or if I did, I couldn't see anything. But because the wind had stopped, I said to myself, well, you just walked behind a trailer. And so I put my hand up to see if there was a trailer there, and there was. There's a trailer right here. Couldn't have been more than a foot from me. And then I realized that trailer was moving. It moved past me far enough that the wind hit me again. I didn't know this till way later. I talked to the people at the RV dealership, and they said that trailer was actually way over there on the other side of the RV lot. It probably came 40 yards across that lot, and it had to turn, and then it ended up coming right down alongside of me, and it smashed into the pile of trailers that had developed behind me, and it put it on the outside fringe of all of that pile back there. That trailer goes by me, and the wind hits me again. And when that wind hit me again, I blacked out, basically. I don't have a memory for the next, what would probably be 3 or 4 seconds. But when I started to remember again, I was up against something. I was in the fetal position, and I was laying on my side, and the wind was pounding on my back, and there was stuff flying all around. 3, 4, 5 seconds maybe, the wind quit. It went down in intensity some more, and it stopped. And I had so much garbage in my face and my eyes and my ears that I had to clean my eyes out so I could open them. I got them open, and I looked up, and I'm looking at the bottom of a trailer. Now this trailer that I'm looking up at had also been parked over there 40 yards away, probably alongside the one that I had gone by me on this side. This second trailer had to have come across that lot and turned up on its wheels, so the bottom was up like this, and it went in behind me, and the 2 trailers that then had gone by me smashed into one another, and it held the trailer that was up on its side. It held that trailer up, and I'm sure the wind was holding it up too. And it turns out what happened to me was, when the wind hit me again, I was blown under this trailer that was up. So it must have just rolled in there, and then I was blown under it. So when I finally came around and I could see, I looked up and I said, oh yeah, you're under a trailer. You need to get out of here. I will tell you, that day I stood up. I just stood up, and I was standing there, and I'm sure I was in shock. I'm sure I was trying to figure out what was going on. About 5 minutes after I crawled out from under that trailer, I said it had been up in the air on its side when I went under it. It was still up in the air on its side when I came out. But about 5 minutes later, I'm standing there with another guy, and all of a sudden we watched it just go down on the ground. So I was glad I wasn't under there. I started to walk out into the parking lot, and people started to come out, and they were looking at us like, whew, man, do you look bad? And we did. We're standing here, we got blood running down our legs, and we're a mess. We just kind of wandered around there for about 30 minutes, and people kept saying, you want to go to the hospital? Oh, no, just want to go home. And, we had our trailer and our truck were there, because as my wife said, we brought them in for service. So we went over and looked at those and checked them out, and the trailer has some damage to it, but not a lot. And the truck was pretty banged up, mostly because the trailer was blown into the front end of the truck, and that screwed up the hood and the grill and the front fender on the left-hand side. Between the end of the truck and the wheel well, there's about a 6 by 6 inch triangular hole. I also looked at the trailer that had gone by me, the first one by me that I had touched, and there was a 2x4 sticking out the side of that trailer. There was about 4 feet of it sticking out of the trailer. I don't know how much was on the inside, but it had blown right through that wall. We have been called the luckiest couple in Gaylord that day. If I'm honest with myself, I prefer to think that we were blessed to not be hit by either one of those trailers, to not have my wife's trailer she jumped into blown away into that pile or crushed by another trailer or whatever. We got so many lucky breaks that day that somebody was taking care of us. There were some people in Gaylord. They were not incredibly lucky. They lost lives, they lost everything. They lost their homes, they lost all their possessions. Call it luck, call it God intervening. We certainly took advantage of it that day.